Alright, so this is going to be an interesting one. Uh, I was going through all my pictures the other night, and I came across I don't want to say all of them, because I know there's more, but most of my old pictures revolving around the old house and all the displays we used to do. And I figured, well, why not share them, seeing as though I have not posted anything in about 3 weeks, and I don't really have much else to talk about at the moment. So yeah, we start in 2006. That was always the earliest display I could ever find pictures from. Now you'll notice that there's a distinct quality difference between this and what I did this past year. And, well, simply put, that's because I wasn't doing it at the time. I was really little. I was really little. So the it was actually my uncle putting them together at the time. He's the one who got me into all this shit. So he was the one putting it together, and you'll notice there's a quality difference. But it's alright because it was magical at the time, and that's all that matters. So that's 2006. And of course, there's, different pictures here of 2006. And, well, then we go into 2007. I told you I was really little. There I am. That's me. And that's my father, God rest his soul. But, yeah, the all this shit, they don't even make any of these anymore. So this was definitely a while ago, and then this is also 2007, but this is the front of the house. I took this picture off of I remember taking this off of a video. We were still using those cameras that record and then put it onto a disc. That's how old these pictures are and shit like that. They don't use those cameras anymore. And if they do, I don't know of anyone that uses them. But anyway, this is also 2007. I still have these two. I made videos about them. This is the one that's the witch. That the speaker no longer works. But that was her in her heyday. That was both of them in their prime. And then this, let's see, what is this? This is 2000. That's 2008. Okay. Now this is 2008 now. And I'll tell you a funny story about this. Now this looks like an inflatable, but it's actually like paper lantern material, so it's one of those collapsible things. And I shit you not, every time we got even the lightest breeze, that would fly off the awning, and it would go rolling, because our house was at the top of the hill. This house was always on the top of a hill, so it would go rolling down the hill, and I'd just be sitting, staring out the window, looking at my uncle go running down the hill, chasing after this goddamn thing. And it was the funniest thing I'd ever seen. Not so funny for him. It was pretty funny at the time. And this stop sign I was never able to find. I still can't find that. That must be a pretty rare piece. But anyway, yeah, so 2008. Nothing really super impressive to speak of. Casually sticking pathway markers in a bush. I don't know, that's just sacrilegious to me. But then 2000, we go to 2010, because 2009, I was never able to find pictures for. I remember 2009. I could tell you 2009 in detail. But this picture is a pretty good demonstration of how much on a hill we were. Flat out, the house looks like it's fucking sideways. I always said we were in the Leaning Tower of Hasbrouck Heights, New Jersey. Because it wasn't until... Now this is what it was like when you were standing on the hill and you were looking at it in person. But you can see how the road is fucking going down. But yeah, 2010 was definitely one of the better years. of the old display before I got a hold of it. Then 2012 came along, and you'll notice there's a substantial quality decrease here. You know, it's looking like shit in these pictures. Everything's just thrown about. Well, that's because if you remember, all those who lived on the East Coast surely remember, that was the year Hurricane Sandy blasted through. And, you know, we figured there was no sense in keeping the Halloween stuff out because the hurricane came through close to Halloween. So we just threw all this shit in the back garage so it wouldn't get destroyed or blown away. Apparently it was probably just as well we kept it out front because a tree came down on the back end of the garage during the hurricane and destroyed the back end. Or really just the top corner of it. It wasn't that bad. Destroyed is a bit of a harsh word. And even that's not the reason why we lost all this shit. Everything in these pictures is gone and thrown out now. The reason why is because our fucking neighbors from hell that existed at the time went to the town behind our backs and fucking bitched to them about how the garage was an eyesore to look at and shit. Maybe you shouldn't be fucking looking at someone else's property. Maybe you should mind your own goddamn business, but apparently that's not how it works back there in Hasbrouck Heights, and that was never how it worked. Wishful thinking at best. So all of this got thrown away and destroyed and demolished. And I can never really talk for too long about that story, otherwise I get all pissed off and riled up and shit. This one I still have, obviously, but yeah, I better stop talking about that. But anyway, so in 2013, we had to start anew, and this is when we switched from mainly this plastic shit over to inflatables, and I've been trying to switch back to the plastic shit from inflatables, because I've never been a fan of inflatables. But that was 2013. This is 2014. And this was also 2014. The side bush, you can see how by this point they really started looking like shit compared to how they were supposed to look. Yeah, 2014 otherwise was a pretty good year as long as you were in Ukrainian. Now this is 2015. I always like these two pictures because when you like overlap them over each other, it sort of looks like it should create one continuous image minus a couple little discrepancies. It looks like it creates one continuous picture. But in 2015, half of these inflatables crapped out. So, let's see here. That was also 2015. So this was the late display of 2015, where we got the little pumpkin guy. That was a Kmart. Yeah, anybody remember Kmart? I don't know if Kmart still exists in other countries, but it's basically extinct in the United States. Apparently I thought this was 2017, but I corrected myself. And apparently this is 2016. I even remember going to Walmart to get half of this shit that's over here. Like all the lights with gauze hanging off of them and shit. That was before I got thrown out of that Walmart, but that's a story for another day. This one is apparently 2017. I guess I don't have a yard shot of that year. And this is 2018. Another surprise guest appearance from my father. And this really demonstrates, again, this is even better than the last picture I showed you. That is how much on a fucking hill we were. The house is totally tilted. It's cockeyed. And there's a surprise guest appearance by one of the cats. Right there in the window. And that's cute. I don't think I ever noticed that until now, that there was a cat in the window. Okay. No pictures of 2019 that I could find, but this is 2020. This is when I started to jump up the display a little bit. This is when I started taking full control. Actually, I mean, I was doing it for the past several years before that, but I really started shifting into high gear around this point. This is when I got Sitting Scarecrow. I got the eye projection. What the fuck am I doing? There's better pictures of it here. At least I thought there was. Well, anyway. I had an eye projection up against the back wall. And this already feels like it was a long time ago, and it was only 4 fucking years. Go figure. Yeah. Alright, so then we go to 2021. And see, these two displays here look like, from the road, a lot bigger than they actually were. There was a lot of open yard space in them. Yeah, see, there's the eye projection again. There's Sitting Scarecrow. I built my own windmill that year, and I was really proud of it. I was really proud of it. I was really proud of it that year. And it spun in the wind and shit, and it was pretty cool. There it is. Yeah, I had the window projector, too. I hope I brought that. I know I broke it last year because I got really pissed off and threw it across the room and broke one of the legs off. But it did still work. I hope I brought that. So yeah, this is now 2021. Jumping spider. This is when I first started doing Area 41, which was the alien portion of the display. I didn't do it last year. But yeah, I started doing that. And then here's 2022. And that's when it really fucking exploded. Yeah, I wish I did day-by-day videos of 2022 like I did last year, because this was a fun one to build. I had like a canopy on the yard, and I made that into a witch's hut. But this is the expansion I did of Area 41. People really were fond of it. I got an honorable mention for this, by the way. I got an honorable mention in last year's contest as well. It's just that last year they couldn't even bother to get my fucking address correctly, but I still got an honorable mention for it. Yeah, this is the canopy I was talking about, and that was the first appearance of the Witch and the Grim Reaper, who actually, ow, oh, I'm hurting. Yeah, they're actually right over there. They're naked, but they're over there. Yeah, I'm in my basement at the moment. So yeah, this was 2022. That was a pretty good year. And no pictures of 2023, but I have all the videos from that, so I don't need pictures of it anyway. But yeah, so that was most of, not all, of our displays that I had documented. Figured I'd share that for anyone interested. Thank you for watching. I'm going to go cry in a corner now. Bye.